Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Breakfast Daily, and now it's time for us to get into our health segment. And our health segment today is dedicated to maintaining a healthy libido while you grace older, or age gracefully. All right, now to do that with us, why is everybody smiling in the studio? Because it's somebody's birthday and he's growing older, by the way. All right, so to do that with us is Dr. Kelvin Owusu, a wellness consultant at Violet's Medical Center.
Good morning,
Hi,
good morning.
Good morning.
And when I got this topic, it was like, then it clicked.
Yeah.
It clicked that today is David's birthday. And I hear he actually chose the topic. So I'm like, oh, okay, now everything
Oh my
is.
God, David, you chose this topic? You really still want to know?
No, you see, the thing is that in, brainstorming and all of that, people were struggling to come up with a topic. I was like, oh, but this one is an easy one. I mean,
Yeah,
every man that is
like
getting older.
I'm growing older, so let's talk about, something that relates to me,
No,
kind of.
every man, this is for the masses. Every man that is growing older is hoping that they are still viral.
Nah, the way you are doing campaign, there's like you're trying to gather votes.
But Dr. Owusu, he keeps saying every man. Does libido, does it only decline in men as they grow older?
Well, it does decline in everybody. I mean, man, woman, but I guess to a large extent, libido is more important to men than it is to women,
Why?
To a large extent. Some women are a bit different, you see. But there's a whole research about what sex does for a man, and so that's why you realize that men are a bit more sort of, should I say, demanding of sex than the opposite sex would naturally typically do. Of course, that's also related to the hormone called testosterone.
Yeah.
Because testosterone plays a key role in libido. In fact, women also have testosterone, I must add. And during the menstrual cycle, at the point when a woman feels most horny, that is when they typically will have the highest testosterone in their body. So it tells you that testosterone is the key player when it comes to, libido
desire.
and, desire for sex. So, and since men have the most testosterone, it's obviously natural that men would always be sort of ready for the action, Now, as you grow older, your testosterone will naturally decline. So that's why it tends to hit men a bit more than it does hit women. But having said all that, there are a lot of things that people will also do, both men and women, that would speed up the decline in their libido. And so it's important that we talk about all these things so that we can sort of delay it as much as possible. Because, like I said, sex does a lot of things for both men and women. But more men than women. That's why women can kind of go longer duration without sex than men would. I mean, if you typically, I engage a lot of couples, and most of the time, if there's a fight about sexual frequency of intercourse, it's mostly initiated by the man. Mostly. Yeah. Of course, some women do initiate as well, but mostly it's the men that initiate it. So it seems it's a bigger deal for men than it is for women, but both sexes benefit from sex a lot.
All right, but how does an aging process affect your hormonal balance?
The theory of aging comes down to the fact that your cells or your body's function naturally declines, and as a result of that decline, that's pretty much why you are aging. You see, because if you bought a car, when it's fresh from the showroom, you started, the car is pretty, you can't even hear the thing, you wonder, is it on, is it off?
Yes, exactly.
You have to like be still and then listen. Oh yeah, it's on. Okay,
yeah,
and this might be an electric. We're not even talking about an electric car. But you drive it a couple of months, a couple of years. Now you start the thing. And now the car has started. There's no confusion. Exactly, because the parts are kind of wearing out. The oil there are some oil leaks here and there. It's the same thing with the human body. And whereas it's easy to replace parts of the car and restore it, it's not as easy or it's not as straightforward when it comes to us, And so as the saying goes, the sins of the past is visited on the current generation. Same with us. The things we do in our younger days would come back to haunt us in our older age, And so pretty much we need to start paying attention to our bodies now, than later. But having said that, the next best time to start paying attention is today.
Right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are some specific lifestyle factors that we need to change, if it's positive or negative. You understand?
Well, the biggest positive change that we all need to adopt is actually a physical activity, exercise. You see, and that's what most people don't want to hear. Everybody wants the easy way out. You see, but there's really no easy way out.
Give me a tablet.
Exactly, a tablet,
Yeah, give me a tablet.
or give me or suction something from here. All those things will give you some temporary, should I say, appeal, physical appeal, but it does not fix whatever caused it in the first place. It's kind of like you have a headache. Right? Headache is not a disease. There's no disease called headache. Headache is a symptom, and it could be a symptom of multiple diseases, But you can take a paracetamol to deal with the headache. Now, the question is, the fact that you don't feel the headache anymore, have you solved the original problem? No, but there's no headache.
That's serious.
So so you can actually be taking paracetamol. There are people who take paracetamol literally every day. I mean, I engage a lot of people, but whatever is causing the pain has not been dealt with. And so that's the same thing. You go and take a pill to lose weight, or you go and do some liposuction to give you some shape. It gives you that appeal. You look good for the gram. For that moment. But it's going to come back. It's going to come back and haunt you, because the real damage is not what is visible, it's what is inside. You see, because you're accumulating. If all the fat in our body was on the outside, I don't think there'll be any job for there'll be any job for me to do. But it's actually the fat that builds up on the inside. That's the one that causes you to actually develop all the complications. And I'm referring specifically to cholesterol buildup in the blood vessels. You see, when you are younger, and you can actually feel it as you grow older. If you were to touch your vein or even your artery, you can. Most people cannot actually feel their arteries. You can feel the pulsation, but you cannot feel the skin, like the thickness of the artery. But as you grow older, you realize that your vessels actually begin to harden. Yes, and that's a condition called atherosclerosis. It's caused by a buildup of cholesterol. So all the years of terrible diet that you've been engaging in, it starts building up in your blood vessels. Now, when the vessel becomes hardened, it's not able to accommodate blood anymore. So the heart has to do a lot more work to push blood through the hardened vessels. And that typically will cause the blood pressure to go up. So one of the causes of hypertension is actually cholesterol buildup. And this cholesterol buildup occurs in all the blood vessels. And when it occurs in since you're talking about libido, when it occurs in your penile vessels, you're going to struggle to get blood into the penis. So you begin to develop problems like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, among other things. But you see, the funny thing is that most men, when you tell them that you're going to treat their hypertension, they will now start asking you questions about side effects of their medication in respect of their libido. But hypertension itself will cause more damage to your libido than even the medication you're going to take. And the second thing is that when a medication causes you to have a reduced libido, we know what to do about that. It's medicine. We either stop it or we give you something to counter it. But if hypertension or atherosclerosis causes your libido to go down, we can't do much, because I can't go and change the blood vessels in your penis. You see? And so that's a major thing. And hypertension will always go with diabetes. So if you don't begin fixing the problem from now, you now develop hypertension, diabetes, erectile dysfunction, eventually resulting in impotence and a lot of problems. Then you have the other issue of your amputation of your lower limbs, your eye problems, stroke, heart attack, plenty things. And it begins by just adding some physical activity to your daily things that you do. So maybe skipping, which is actually one of the easier things to do.
Way easier. Or walking.
Walking, climbing the stairs instead of using the elevator, parking your car in the next compound and walking home or walking to the office. These are just a few things you can add to your daily routine to increase your physical activity. Very important. Then, of course, diet.
Yes.
You are what you eat. So if you don't start eating right from day one, it's going to affect you later on. Today, when you are younger, your body is very forgiving, but once you cross a certain threshold, usually 35, 40, suddenly you start gaining weight from nowhere.
You feel like even the air that you breathe just makes you
Exactly. And it's because typically as you grow older, your body's energy needs actually drop. But we still continue to eat at either the same level, or even for some people, we're actually even eating more. So then we begin to pack the weight. And also, especially those of us in corporate world, as you grow older, you kind of go up in the corporate ladder, which comes with, of course, an increased paycheck, but also an increased level of responsibility and stress.
A lot of work.
And by that time, you're probably managing some teenage people who are also giving you a lot of stress. So stress also adds to, your drop in libido. In fact, the number one cause of libido issue is actually stress. So if you don't learn to deal with your stress, you will struggle with libido for a long time. So stress management is very important. Dietary management is important. Physical activity, very important. I mean, these three, you can't go wrong about them. There are so many other things that we need to also try and do, like avoid smoking, because smoking, and I'm talking specifically about cigarette smoking, is an independent risk factor for atherosclerosis. Which means that if you are not even hypertensive, you are not diabetic, and all you are doing was smoking, you will develop atherosclerosis faster than somebody who even has hypertension, right? So it's important that we stop smoking, or at best reduce how many sticks you are smoking. Alcohol will also cause your blood pressure to go up. So the more you indulge in alcohol, the higher your BP is going to go, and eventually it's going to come and stay.
When you say the more you indulge in alcohol, what sort of levels are we talking about? Any amount at all,
Glass of
or
wine?
some
One glass of
specific? You know.
So ideally, they say that the research suggests that, I mean, for a man can take about 2 units of alcohol a day. 2 units of alcohol, would depending on the alcohol concentration in whatever you are taking, could range from a shot to a bottle of beer. So a mini bottle of beer, for instance, the 300 ml, would be one unit.
Okay.
You know, a glass of wine, depending on how big your glass is, could be one unit. A shot of gin is 1 unit. So it depends on the concentration of the alcohol in there. You know, now women are supposed to take only about 1 unit a day.
Okay.
Because biochemically, women cannot handle alcohol as much as men can. You know, because their liver morphology is a bit different. So you know, you have to know yourself and limit some of these things. You know, so when you put all these things together, you realize that there are a lot of things that we have ignored in our young age, which will come and bite us. You know, so later on, you start developing these things, and you want a quick fix. It's not likely to happen. So we have to pay attention today, right now.
So talking about quick fixes, earlier on you spoke of diet, but there's this culture that we have here, or that I have seen, that I've experienced here, that everybody, especially the men here, thinks, okay, you have to eat certain foods and it's going to help you. Some natural nuts. Atadre has suffered in the hands of these people.
Yeah.
Atadre and some drinks. There are some drinks made with roots and things. I don't want to name any brand, but you know, there are some drinks that drink it and you will. Does it work?
So, you know, as a wellness consultant, I look at the holistic person, right? First of all, I don't believe in taking a particular thing to enhance the health of a particular part of your body, because your health, you are the person. Your body is smarter than you think. Your body is not going to prioritize your sexual performance over your overall well-being. And this is actually what ends people up in getting a stroke whilst they're about to have an orgasm. See, because you are not healthy. Yes, it happens. It happens.
You get a stroke while you're on it?
Yes, it happens.
I've heard of that. And heart attack.
Yes, it does happen. You see, because your heart is not healthy. Instead of dealing with the heart, you go and take one concoction to give you, you know, waste and power. Now, as you are forcing yourself, your heart tips over, and that's it. You are gone. So keep healthy, the whole body healthy, and everything else will work for you. You know, because generally speaking, when you are physically active, you actually perform better in bed than if you have taken a concoction. That's like a general rule of thumb.
Okay.
Because the heart controls everything, you know. So don't focus on when it takes something to last longer when your heart is not healthy. Jogging 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, can actually enhance your sexual performance naturally.
So what about things like, what is it? Is it goat weed? You hear of different things, you know, Gorontula, cool, different things, you know. So what about those things that are they're like foods and things?
So I mean, they all play a role. They all play a role. I mean, watermelon, pineapples, you know, even bananas to an extent, they all play a role, you see, because to a large extent, they have a lot of antioxidants, and these antioxidants would absorb a lot of toxins from your body, you see. So what I'm saying is that if you are already leading a healthy lifestyle and you add on these things, perfect.
Great. Yeah.
But you cannot just wake up and go and take Gorontula
and then
expect that suddenly everything is going to... Because a fit person who takes Gorontula will probably have a much better experience than you who is unfit and goes to take that same thing. So your body chemistry also helps.
You know Gorontula?
I think if I see it, I might know it. Goro, right?
All the guys behind the cameras, they know Gorontula. Have you seen the smiles? Yeah, then there's Mitch Ngoro.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
right?
I think I know that.
But you know, I mean, as he initiated the conversation by bringing up this topic, you know.
Why are you not making it about me?
Oh, but it's about you. I mean, he said, grandfather leads the way, then we upcoming we follow, so that we can learn from.
Do you know where he got this thing from?
No, wait. But one
Yeah,
thing
Pure Course responsible
what you
for
don't
this
know
behavior.
about what you don't know about Kweku's a very, very active and healthy person.
I know, so I'm coming
Yeah.
to add on to that because I know he's already into the spirit.
Yes,
So
I don't
once
really think he has this problem that we're talking about.
Oh no, not at all. So So you see, when you're already in that healthy space where you're exercising, you're eating well, you know, we need to introduce you to other healthy things so that to help you to put everything together.
I agree.
So I came with a special gift
On
for
that
you.
note,
Oh
we
yes,
have
I
a-
did.
Oh, by the way, you know, I have a gift. Well, you know about a gift.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Chris, you people, what are you
You
doing?
don't trust me.
No, I just want to
Close
say
your
that.
eyes. Okay,
This,
close
I want
your
to say
eyes,
that this
first of all.
outfit was specially ordered by Dr. Kelvin. So
I could see
a big
it.
thank you to
I
Dr.
saw it.
Kelvin.
I'm like,
it's
like
beautiful.
you guys are wearing almost the same
Easy.
thing.
And also thank you to his designer, Enoch.
Clothing.
Yeah, Enoch Amachikweku. Powerful guy.
So
Please close your eyes. We have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Close my eyes.
Yes, close your eyes.
Yes.
Hey, is
Close
this
your
safe?
eyes. No, seriously.
It's
Close your
safe.
eyes. Okay.
All right. So let me just
Close your
quickly
eyes.
pick it.
Open your
You
eye.
can open it.
Open
This
your
is
eye.
for you.
Oh! Oh! Wow!
So
What do we have
this is
here?
yeah, a
hello.
special
Sweet
Gary made
potato.
from sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet potato
Okay.
grapes.
Healthy living. Healthy
Exactly, to help you in your healthy living
living.
journey.
Okay.
You know,
Wait. So you have different.
varieties.
No, because
yeah.
they have different
Oh,
colors of
so
sweet potatoes.
This is orange, this
orange,
is white,
This is white.
and then you have the purple as well.
Oh,
You know,
so
and the purple is the most healthy. Let me just tell you that.
really.
Yes.
Okay. So.
If you know sweet potatoes, you know that it's, the purple is
Ah,
the
wait.
most
So
healthy.
does the sweet potato come already as in this color?
yes, it comes in those colors as the natural the tuber
Oh,
itself
really?
has these colors.
No, it's
and
not for
so-
you to see the name now. It's
No.
for the people, viewers to see
Haven't
the
you
name now.
seen this color of sweet potato before?
Actually, yes, I have.
Yes. So
yes,
yeah.
so that's it's made from the purple.
Yeah, that's the
made
purple,
from
and
the
that's the
orange,
orange
and that's made
one
from
and
the
the white
white.
one.
And
Oh.
well, generally has lower calories,
and
which
I
is
like sweet
important as
potatoes
you
too.
grow older.
Yeah.
You know, has higher antioxidants.
Oh.
You know, has everything is on point. So
Yeah.
as you are clocking half a century,
Thank you. Thank you.
this is my gift to you to help you, you know, improve on certain things. So I'm gonna make sure, no?
Certain says, I like it. You know, when the conversation goes in a certain direction, you can get my attention, all right? No. This is really good. Thank you very much, Dr. Kelvin. This is beautiful. I love it. I'm going to eat, though.
It's
All
very
right?
important.
So wait, though. Just for this one, how do you prepare it?
You can use it for eba, you can use it for soaking, you can use it for gobe, you can use it for wache, Charlie,
Yeah.
anything you want to use it for.
Oh. The things you have mentioned, I like. So, yeah, we'll use it. Dr. Kelvin, thank you very much.
Good.
Yeah, thank
Charlie, so now you have to start teaching us how to also get to half a century so that we can, you know.
And
Oh.
you know, the most important thing, getting there and still looking young.
Exactly,
And dapper and
exactly.
very.
Well, I'll just say what my father has always said. It's by the grace of God. That's what my dad always said. He said, it's by the grace of God. And honestly, as I get older, I tend to appreciate that more. Because we always want, give me how many steps, how many tricks, how many different things. But even the idea the mind to have a certain idea, it comes from God. If God doesn't give you the wisdom to say, start exercising tomorrow,
Right.
and you need it, and give you the passion and the edge to do it. And so really, it's by the grace of God.
Right. Well,
So you see-
on that note, I think people should start exercising.
True.
From you're at home right now, so from now, all right?
But even if you're in the office, don't use the elevator. If you are going to the second floor, third floor, use the staircase. These are some of the little things you can begin doing, you know, to improve your heart health, because your
Right.
heart runs everything, you see. So it's important.
Right.
All right, Dr. Kelvin, thank you again.
Thank you for
very
having
much.
me.
It's been
Kevin, thank you
fantastic.
so
I'm
much.
surprised, and yeah, no, I was surprised by this yesterday, and I said, look, I'm going to wear it, and then only to realize it came from him, you know, and then all of this beautiful food here as well. I'm looking forward to this.